Hello everybody. We're going to do a winter drawing. We're going to do this snow globe here with the snowman and tree. So what you're going to need is some paper. I'm going to draw with pencil first and then outline with a Sharpie marker and an eraser then to erase my pencil marks, and then some colors to color it in. So I'm going to first start drawing the circle shape here for the snow globe. And then I'm going to draw two diagonal lines down on the side for the bottom of our snow globe. And then I'm going to add a curve to the bottom. Okay. The next step that I'm going to do is go ahead and come through here and do kind of a little hill almost for our snow. You can do that however you would like. And then I'm going to start with my snowman first. So I'm going to do a curve and a curve. So that's the bottom of our snowman. And then I'm going to add the top circle for our snowman's head here. Now we can start adding the details to our snowman. So I'm going to go ahead and add some eyes. I'm going to do some circles. I'm going to add a triangle for the nose, for the carrot nose. I'm going to add a little smile. Then down here I'm going to go ahead and add a curve for the scarf, and then add a little rectangle hanging down below, and add a little bit of fringe. Then I'm going to come up here and add the hat. So I'm going to add a square shape and then a rectangle shape on top of that. That's a little bit wider than the square. Now the reason I wanted to draw in pencil is now I can erase the little bits that kind of go through there from the top of his head. And then I can add a line there for like the ribbon of the hat and some stick arms. Now over here, I'm going to go ahead and add our tree. So I'm going to start at the top with like a V shape, upside down V shape. And then I'm just going to zigzag down to about right there. So there's a little bit of room for the trunk of the tree. I'm going to come in, out, and it's going to kind of go behind my snowman there. So I'm going to then come in and out. And then same thing on this side. So in, out, you just keep going all the way down to the bottom, and then I want to kind of do a little zigzag across the bottom there and add two lines down for the trunk of the tree. So now what I'm going to do is take my Sharpie. Oh, I don't like that one. There we go. And I'm just going to outline everything. You'll see when I trace that circle there for his head, I didn't quite get the line there of my pencil. That is totally okay. That's why I have my eraser here. Same with the tree. That's why I like to draw with pencil first, so if I make any mistakes, I can erase it and then go over with Sharpie. I'm going to go ahead and color in the eye of my snowman. I left a little dot there in the middle for a highlight. Oh, that one's a little smaller, so I'll make this one smaller. There we go. And then I'm going to do the circle. Oh, got a little bit bigger, that's okay. Okay, so now you can see there's a couple spots that I made a mistake, and that is okay, so I'm going to go ahead and erase. And now I'm ready to add some more details and color. So you can see on this one, I decided to do some little snowflakes here with hearts on the bottom of our snow globe base. You could change that however you want. I'm going to still show you how to do a snowflake. I'll do one snowflake here in the middle, but you can change it up. So how I did those, I first made an X, and then I did a plus sign in the middle, and then what I did was a little kind of arrowhead there, and a dot on the plus, and then I did a reverse arrowhead like that. But you could make your snowflakes however you want. Now maybe I'm going to do some little dots just kind of across there. I'm going to just leave it like that, nice and simple. So now when you're coloring, you can choose to color using whatever you would like. This one I used colored pencil. Today I'm going to use some crayons. So I have all sorts of crayons here that I can choose from, but you can use whatever you have. So I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to do the base here, green. You could do it purple, you could do a rainbow, whatever you want. Okay, now I want this to kind of look like it's curving a little bit, so I want to add a little bit of shadow. On this one I used red, and then I used a little bit of purple on the sides. Since I didn't press very hard with my green crayon, I could press a little bit harder to make it a little bit darker, and then kind of lighten that pressure as I come to the middle. I'm going to do the same to the top here to make it look like the ball of the snow globe is casting a little bit of a shadow. And then the same thing on this side. So you can create kind of that darker shadow by pressing harder with whatever you're using, or you can layer other colors on top of it. So there's my green bottom. Then for this one, I'm going to go ahead and make it look like a Christmas tree. This one I just did a regular pine tree, but we'll go ahead and decorate this. So I'm going to go ahead and come through here and add some like ribbon kind of coming across here. And then maybe some ornaments hanging up. Then I'll go ahead and trace that with my marker. Put smaller ornaments on there. There. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and take the same green I used, just because that's what I have. And I'm going to go ahead and color the tree. I'm going to come through and do the ornaments. I'm going to do some red. And when I color these, I'm going to leave a little white spot on them. Oh, that kind of got a little bit small. So it kind of gives the illusion of a highlight, just because a lot of times Christmas ornaments are glossy or shiny. So I want to kind of show that illusion. Do some orange. And I'm going to make the ribbon yellow. Now I want this tree to be a little bit different than my base here. So I do have another green, so I'm going to go ahead and layer on top of this with that lighter green just to give it a little bit more interest, a little bit more depth. You can see on this one I did the same thing. I used two different values of green there. And I'm going to use some brown here in the trunk of our tree. There you go. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to our snowman. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate him. I'm going to make this little ribbon here red. And I want to do his scarf red too. I'm going to do some stripes. So I'm going to do like thick and thin stripes here. And maybe add a little bit of some blue dots. Okay. Use some black here for the hat, but again, you can create yours however you want. You could do a pink hat, blue hat, whatever you want to do. And a little nose. Okay. Now to make it look a little bit more interesting, you'll see I have a little bit of shadow here on our snowman. Now if I shaded with my black, it would be a little bit too harsh. So I'm going to do some blue. And I'm just going to do a little pressure there, kind of fade it. Same thing there for his cheek. And then I'm going to do the same thing here to our hill. I'm going to add a little bit of blue. Just to make it look a little bit more interesting. Now on this one I went through and added some snowflakes, and I did that with little dots. You could make little snowflakes like I did here. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with some little kind of polka dots that I did in the other one. Oh, that was a big snowflake. That's okay. Okay, and then I'm going to leave those white, and I'm going to go ahead and color in the rest of the snow globe, and I'm going to use a blue. I'm going to use a different blue, though, from what I did down here with the ground and the shadow. There you go. And again, on this one, I layered the colors of my background. I used a couple different blues. I could come in and do a little bit of purple if I wanted to. I'm going to make just the bottom half a little bit darker, just to make it look a little bit more interesting. Maybe it's more of a night sky. But I really like layering the colors. I find it looks a lot cooler when I do that. We'll just do the whole thing here. And that's it. I can't wait to see what you guys make. Be sure to share your project with me on Seesaw or Artsonia. Have fun creating. Bye, guys.